What is going on, YouTube? Your boy Theflightmike back again with another video. And guys, I'm very excited today. I know that you can't really detect it in my voice. I literally just woke up. I'm freaking exhausted, barely been able to sleep, but today is NBA Media Day, so I'm gonna need your guys' help. If there's any bit of information that you think is important that I may have missed, let me know in the comment section down below, because today is the day where we're gonna get so much news that I'm literally glued to my desk, cup of coffee on the desk as well, looking and searching for all the latest and greatest NBA news. And guys, if you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe if you watch my content on a regular basis. I know YouTube may recommend it to you guys, but when I hit 500,000 subscribers, I will officially be going full-time on YouTube. So if you want to help me reach my goal, hit that sub button. And if you're subscribed and like the content, make sure to hit that noti bell. Also, I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware, we're giving away a pair of Air Jordan Off-White editions when my Instagram page hits 10,000 followers. Now, let's get to today's video, because this should be the first of many crazy NBA news videos that I bring you guys today. Now, a lot of you guys understand that I don't really understand Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant's personality, in the sense that these are two players that have had the greatest careers. They've had incredible careers. Kevin Durant has won 2 championships on possibly the greatest NBA team that I've ever seen assembled, one of the toughest teams that any team would be able to beat in wouldn't be able to beat in NBA history. Whereas Kyrie Irving was literally on a team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, that were clearly going absolutely nowhere. Apparently half of the stadium wouldn't show up to their home games, and then LeBron James pretty much comes back, carries him and the Cleveland Cavaliers to the NBA Finals multiple times, wins an NBA championship, and one of possibly the greatest NBA Finals series I've ever seen in my life, in the 2016 NBA Finals. I've been a basketball fan for a long time, guys. That was easily my favorite finals ever. Coming down 3-1 to beat the team that has the greatest regular season record in NBA history, easily my favorite finals. And I'm not even like a die-hard LeBron James fan. It was just great to watch. But both of those players have always been very unhappy with their careers. Kyrie Irving would go to Boston. Kevin Durant would eventually go back to Brooklyn. And Kyrie Irving, despite having a young nucleus around him, wasn't happy in Boston. He had one of the greatest young coaching minds on his team as well, in Brad Stevens, and a young core of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, a plethora of first-round picks, a general manager with the abilities to make incredible moves, and he still wasn't happy. Now they're currently in Brooklyn, and I figured this was interesting. I made sure to edit this clip in a very nice way, in the sense where Kyrie Irving is going to talk about Kevin Durant's experience in Golden State, and I also will make sure that Kevin Durant's response is there to respond to Kyrie. But this is a pretty long interview, guys. I want you guys to see as much of it as possible. So let me know what you guys think about Kyrie Irving's mentality and his remarks about the Golden State Warriors, about why he left the Celtics, about his time in Cleveland. Let me know what you think of Kyrie as a player, because in my opinion, with all due respect, I think Kyrie Irving's a spoiled brat. I think he's had everything an NBA player could ever want, from max contracts to being the #1 overall pick, to having your own team, to winning championships, to playing on a team with the greatest player in your generation. And yet he is still unhappy. But I want to get your guys' opinion. Let me know what you think. Enjoy the interview, guys.
Naturally, I think you have to go inside the mind of a competitor and realize that a lot of people have responsibilities for why that ended up happening the way it happened on a national scale. We all know K was not ready to play in that environment. We all know that, whether people want to admit it or not. He was out 31 days, and we put him on a national stage on the finals to end up selling a product that came before the person Kevin. And now I'm here to protect that. I'm going to be a protector of that all throughout the year, and not allowing anyone to infiltrate that circle of, hey, K, do you, get right, we'll be fine. We have expectations for our team. We obviously know he's an integral part, but we'll wait for that. I'm very patient. I'll be over patient with Kevin, because I don't want anything like that to happen to anyone again, especially on that type of stage where it happened, and him having to answer questions about whether or not he's coming back or not. So I'm here to dispel it, that you'll never hear me say he's coming back here or I think he's coming. I want him to be 101% healthy.
When Kyrie was just up here, he was talking about, I guess, his relationship with you, and he was mentioning that he'll never go out and say, hey, I expect Kevin will be back X day or Y day, because he says, you know, the guy was put on the floor before he was ready to play, and we see the result of that. I'm going to protect him from that. I'm just curious your reaction to hearing that from him, and I take it that's basically a window into the kind of relationship that you guys have formed.
Look, I mean, when I went down, it felt like everybody wanted to put their arms of protection around me, from people I didn't know to, you know, my best friend and Kyrie, you know. So I felt like everybody was real protective of me around this time. And I feel like they will continue to be that way, especially involving my health. But I make my own decisions.
9 months ago, I was sitting in front of the Boston crowd saying that I wanted to re-sign. And after that, a lot of things happened in my personal life that really changed the landscape of how I felt about the game of basketball and actually playing it in a team environment. And that really affected me as a human being. And I didn't share it with anyone. I didn't want to come out and say that this is bothering me, or I'm in a depression at this point of dealing with the death of my grandfather. So when all this happened and the NBA and the pressures, I put it in quotations, from this basketball game came into free agency and what I was doing with my future, I wanted to dispel all those things, but I don't think I did it in the right way of being honest about how I felt. So I just wanted to come here with a very fresh mindset and make sure that I'm honest with my teammates going forward, and also reverting back to apologizing to guys that I've been with and been teammates with, to make sure that they know, hey, this is a game, but also our lives come into this. And when it affects our livelihood and it affects our happiness to play basketball, then the product or our service out there on the floor is not great. And that's just what it is. Well, first, I'm incredibly grateful to be here. It's been a journey that I've taken numerous steps in different directions, and I've failed and succeeded. So for me, you know, 8 years being in the NBA, learning as much as I can from a business component, personal, leadership, just community. First and foremost, I wanted to reach out, especially when free agency started, to Brooklyn and let them know that my interest was very high, and I had some other pieces that I wanted to bring with me as well. And this is the perfect place to do it. This has been very hard-working place for the last 4 years of putting together a team here in Brooklyn, transferring from New Jersey, transitioning from New Jersey over here to Brooklyn. It's just been an incredible journey to observe from afar, just as a player in the NBA, coming to Brooklyn, being at Barclays, feeling incredible about the energy in the stadium. And, you know, I wanted to transition that into being a player here as well, and actually get to know the front office in a way that we had longevity and we had time to gel. You know, nothing was forced. So it was just a great feeling to know that I had the support of the front office, my teammates that I brought from other teams, teammates that I had to reach out to, and really make this thing feel like home. And then with Katie and DJ, it was, you know, 4:16 in the morning, you know, us just talking about our futures and how this opportunity ahead of us is something that we haven't had in our careers, the ability to make a choice, sitting down, actually talking in detail about the future and the investment we had in one another and the investment we wanted to have in Brooklyn. So it made sense all the way around, and then having the incredible people that they have in the organization made it that much easier. They made us feel like all-stars. They made us feel like we were supposed to be treated fairly, from the media component, from our teammates, from the first-class service that they give here, concierge, and most importantly for me was just the family atmosphere. They reached out to my family as soon as I committed, and it felt like they were very inclusive with everything that they had going on here, and it was just like a step away, being away from home.
I mean, I just think the landscape is different. I want to say more open. I think a lot of you guys probably favor the Clippers as a team to beat. You know, every year is a team to beat, team you think is going to win. But, you know, just like last year, Toronto came out of nowhere, Milwaukee came out of nowhere after losing in the first round the previous year to be a finals contender. So each year I think teams are getting better and guys are improving, and also free agency, half of the league was free agents. So obviously there's going to be a landscape change when it comes to the dynamics of the league. So I just think the business of basketball is booming, and the league is always going to be great if the players continue to keep getting better, and you see it every day. So, you never know what you'll see coming in the future in the NBA, what type of players you'll see in the league. So every year I feel is wide open. At this point of our lives, we've accomplished so much, and we fought through learning how to balance both. And it's hard to do that, but I think me and Kyrie especially gone through so much in this league, understand exactly what we need to do to maximize our talents every day and to be great people off the floor. At this point of our lives, we've accomplished so much, and we fought through learning how to balance both. And it's hard to do that, but I think me and Kyrie especially gone through so much in this league, understand exactly what we need to do to maximize our talents every day and to be great people off the floor. We just like, are we ready to do it? And everybody was like, yeah. I mean, it was really that simple. I tried to think of something deeper, but it really was that simple.